Hello guys, it's the Blue Bears of England here. Sorry for that clap, I just need something interesting to start the video. Welcome back to a brand new segment of the channel called First Listens. So this is where we grab music from our favourite artists, but also look at artists who I have yet to discover or have just recently discovered. So, this first episode will be looking at this recent act that I discovered as of a couple of hours ago, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. They are from Scotland. They are a DJ and also electronic violin act. They are called Kintra. So, who exactly is Kintra? So Kintra is a duo formed by identical twin sisters by the names of Frankie and Jozette. So, if I may bring up an image for you to see, there you go. So that's who we are dealing with. And I know what you're thinking. Excuse me, but who's who? I can answer that right now. So, on the left, if I had got the right image, usually should be the orange-haired one is Frankie, and the one on the right is Jozette. So, some of you will know that the one on the right, moving the other way, is also ASMR Shortbread thing. Pretty getting well-known ASMR artist on YouTube. I was kind of contemplating whether to actually say Jozette instead of Shorty, but I think that sort of now that she's announced it on a YouTube channel, I think it's okay now to do that. But if you comment, if she does comment below saying that's not okay, I can just I can record another one, but I don't think I'll have to do that. Anyways, so we're sidetracked. So who plays what? So, Frankie is the DJ, so she's controlling basically the loops, the samplings, whether it's the sound, the melody, the drum beats, the everything. But, what about the electric violin? So that's done by Jozette. So, done with various pedals, such as distortion, chorus, overdrive, reverb, all those great pedals guitarists and bassists use. And, to me, it gives this whole sound feeling that is never seen in a violin before. At least I haven't seen personally. So, yeah, it makes me think of straight away this craftsmanship, this musicianship level. It makes me think of Jethro Tull and UK's Eddie Jobson now. I'm pretty sure the fandom that I'm currently in at the moment will recognise Eddie Jobson as a pretty iconic piece of prog history. Obviously as a solo artist, but also in the bands he was respectively in. But also that's because of the craftsmanship that Eddie Jobson did, obviously covering classical pieces, but also doing Jethro Tull's and UK's work. And I can also think of Ben Mink. Now, Rush fans will know Ben Mink as the guest musician on the Signals album, but also working in My Perfect Headache album for Geddy Lee for his first solo release. So I think that the sounds that Jozette plays with her violin is sort of similar to a synthesizer. So when even listening to some of their mix works that they do for live gigs, it's kind of like, is that a keyboard or is that the violin? So which one's which? But it sounds absolutely epic. It rocks. So this leads me to their sound. What is Kintra's sound? So, when I first listened to their work, I was very impressed with what I've heard. The sound, the quality, the overall vibe of the material. I know that's gonna sound a bit controversial on this channel because I don't like to say that often about artists, but I'm learning to appreciate what is coming today. Like, it may not be Emerson, Lake and Palmer, it may not be Genesis, Rush, yes, King Crimson, but you got to give new stuff a chance. Otherwise, you're not a proper critic if you don't review other music. And that's what someone else in college told me, that if you're going to be in the music field, you got to start listening to other music, and that's what I did. I learned about other music. That's how I learned about Kraftwerk and electronic music. So, anyways, like I said, I'm slowly adapting to more of today's music, but I can also find qualities in that of old music as well. So, take for example, like I said, the 2020 electronic mix. That I can draw to Home Computer by Kraftwerk. So that's a very good recognition there for you two to be drawn upon by Kraftwerk, who were very pivotal to your genre of music, as electronic obviously dates back in its earliest forms to Kraftwerk, literally manually by hand, bass lines and sampling. I mean, you should see some of their live work. It's so cool. And that too, with developing the new sound, the genre. But I can also hear as well Steven Wilson's brand new album, and that The Future Bites. If you haven't heard it yet, it is a really great record, but it's not one of his best, obviously. That's because most fans hate it. But a minority of it like it. It's like Civilian by Gentle Giant. You either hate it or you don't. You either hate it or you love it. So, yes. But, obviously, as someone who is an appreciative of synth pop, I enjoyed that album, and also very much enjoyed that feeling of sound. But, yes, the simplistic but grand violin sounds, and that oomphy DJ sound also mixed in together makes a really nice blend, and it just reminds me of acts like Thomas Dolby, who in their early stages of their career were very, well, at least Thomas was, very reliant on the electronic sound that was emerging in the 1980s. So, yes. Their new track, obviously, Odd Cloud, premiered today on BBC One Radio under the introducing dance sort of segment where they play through a whole bunch of acts, and they did introduce Kintra on their Dance Floor Moments segment, which is great, and really gave me a feel of club music, really getting out there on the dance floor. It's music like this, music like Thomas Dolby's, music like Kraftwerk's, that just makes you want to get out there, you know, get dancing. But the sampling and all that, I could easily remember tracks like Europe and the Pirate Twins, Wind's Power, and how they were heavily sort of had similar sounds of Jupiter 8s or Prophet synths that, like I said, really get you dancing. So, how did I come across his music, and what is my story behind him? So, I was waiting for uni to start today over in Melbourne, and I got a tweet from Jozette, aka Shortbread, about her music being played on Radio 1. So, I, being the eager fan of music, had to go and investigate this. So, I basically waited for class to start. With that half an hour to spare, I got through the whole program, pretty much listening to the new sounds that was of that half an hour, including Kintra's new track, like I said, on Cloud. But yes, once again, you can definitely see that electronic influence, especially, I think, that of other new wave acts besides Thomas Dolby, like Suda Echo, for example. That's another one I can think of off the top of my head. They were Australian act, and they were heavily reliant on synth. I mean, if you listen to the Autumn Park album, you can definitely hear it. I instantly fell in love from that track. The grooves, the vibe, the sound. I could see myself in the clubs dancing to this song if the DJ put it on. But yes, whether it's that or whether in the future you two decide to come to Australia, I will obviously be there, and I'll be enjoying the live sound of your music, not just through earbuds. And yeah, I think having me feeling that relation back to New Wave is what made me easily fall in love with your music, as I feel like this is something I would listen to on a regular basis. So, yeah, the styles, the style similarities is what really drawn drawn me to love this. So, my overall thoughts. Well, camera's gone off. Kintra, you're a fantastic underground duo with lots of promise and lots of potential. Once you rise in popularity and start touring with major electronic acts in the UK, I think you'll be a really big act. Especially now that a certain name has been dropped on someone's channel, there's going to be a big spike in popularity. I think because of the mix feel on the electronic mix act that was made on SoundCloud, that I can make that comparison between Home Computer and the electronic mix of 2020. I feel that was great. The DJ work, that is sort of iconic sound from Frankie, well done. That was really got me reminding me of that of like Daft Punk and all that. I was like, yeah, that's really fantastic. And Jozette, my favorite member of the band personally, because of the background that I have. You're both equally good. You like to acclaim is there's not one favorite. You're both great. But Jozette, your style of violin, like I said, easily relating to Jobson and Mink, and how that style made me fall in love, I guess, with who you are. And yes, while for those who are very, very biased and will never listen to modern music, I think it's about time you gave the act up and, gave it a try, gave this a try. Because if you like New Wave, you'll like this. And you too, if you do end up watching this video, may I say, personally, from the deep down of the boob of Liam's heart, I want to say thank you. Thank you for making me do something I thought I would never do, is listen to modern music again. I thought I was done with modern music in 2014 when I said goodbye, and I started listening to Genesis, and I started my prog rock addiction. But you two certainly changed my heart. You changed my mind. And now I know that there is faith left in modern music, but it just takes a good amount of digging to find it. Your music style, the similarities, it really pushed the grudge aside. It booted it in for 6 and said, hey, fuck you. Let this man listen to some electronic music because it's damn great. And that's what I have to say. And yeah, thank you for that. And if you ever cover artists, like if you ever are going to do like a full-on extended mix of a song, may I suggest Love and Adventure by Pseudo Echo. That is one of my favorite songs from that sort of electronic sound that I can definitely see you, Frankie, definitely sampling the sounds of Josette's violin, because that, again, because there's violin samples done by the PPG Wave, I think that's how you pronounce the keyboard, and that was done obviously in the original track, and I could definitely see you sampling that when you mix in with the old original record. You can even mix it in with a different song, and you can make it a cross between, and that would be really cool. So, yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 from me. You've got a promising future ahead of you, no question. So, that is my review of Kintra. What is going to be one of Scotland's hottest acts in the future. I know I'm sounding like a bit of a nut, or I'm sounding like a bit of an eager, but I just truly think it. They definitely got the qualities of other bands that I love. So, yeah. That's me done. And, yeah. Next time we meet again, hopefully, will be the interview podcast that I've been working on back and forth through emails for a couple of weeks now. And you'll get to explore more of one half of Kintra with me. And who knows, the other half might come on as well. That would be fantastic. But, fingers crossed, all goes well. So, this is the Blue Bells of England saying peace, Slange Maneth, obviously, and cheerio.